Anything can happen in Azerbaijan, and with FIA Formula 2, it is always unpredictable. It's round 12 of the 2025 season, and Azerbaijan Baku City Circuit is the destination. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the action. Alongside me in the comment box is Omi and Tom. And Omi, after yesterday's dramatic qualifying session, the grid's a little shapen up. Qualifying almost a bit useless, but it was Jack Crawford who took pole position.
Yep, absolutely. Wide open yesterday. Baku qualifyings always have delivered, with Behrman taking a pole with a bent steering wheel in 2023, and then last year as well, some great improvements. Not the case this time. This time it was a crash at the end, but an interesting qualifying session, and the races always deliver as well.
Yeah, and Tom, coming into it, this is going to be a cracker to see what's going to happen next as well. Who's your pick for this one?
Ooh, it's a very good question. I mean, Rafael Villagomez is on reverse grid pole, isn't he? But I'm looking forward to see how Martini Estention gets on his debut, because he had a good qualifying session yesterday, and he could even be in the fray for a podium.
Here we go then. Let's cross over and join the world feed. It's time for the sprint. Previously in Formula 2, yesterday's qualifying session was absolutely dramatic. 3 red flags, drivers in the wall every 5 seconds. It was hard to get a competitive lap time in, but Jack Crawford romped to pole positions as others struggled with the windy conditions around the city circuit. A real cordeal hitting the wall as a result of that brought out the first red flag. Then Victor Martins going in too deep down at turn number 4 brought out the second red flag. The third and final one being brought out by Roman Stanak, rejoining the circuit dangerously. It's round 12 of the FIA Formula 2 World Championship in 2025. We're in Eurasia. Welcome to the Baku City Street Circuit. And literally, there's only one thing we can say. This is going to be chaos. Welcome to what is the most unpredictable, most dramatic, most spectacular race of the calendar. The long 2.7 kilometre back straight gives us the toe, which means in Formula 2 cars, it's side-by-side action. It's a total of 20 corners, 2 DRS zones to maintain, and we have a total of 21 laps ahead of us for today's sprint race. More data on the slipstream. We're going to be using the soft tyre in this sprint, but we've also got the super soft to contend with. That record's a 152.129, 335 km/h the top speed, which means that the brake wear is high, so is the fuel consumption. Downforce is in a medium, but tyre usage is actually at a low. It's not that bad a track. And welcome up to the commentary box as we get ready for today's action. Alongside me is Tom and Omi as well. And Omi, starting with you. First of all, like your headset. It looks quite nice, same as mine. Fantastic that we can hear you in top tier quality. Sadly, you weren't with us yesterday because you're busy on Fridays. But this is going to be absolutely amazing. 21 laps around Baku. Anything can happen in Formula 2, and it usually does.
Yep, pile up here, safety car restart pile up in 2022. Safety car restart pile up here in 2023 as well. That was the big one, where the leaders found the barrier. So we had a similar situation, and then last year as well, it was quite chaotic with the safety car restart and some great wheel-to-wheel banging as they made their way through around this Baku City circuit. So we've had chaos over the years, and I think we're going to get more of that here in 2025.
Yep, and Tom, just coming to you quickly, because I think we've got the grid coming up shortly. In fact, we do, so let's head back to Omi quickly to talk us through how they line up on the grid for today's race, because it is a bit of a wild one after the penalties have been applied, including Roman Stanek serving 2 5-place grid penalties. I'll get to Tom in a moment about that, as well as we look to the Government Palace. Here's the grid, Omi.
Yeah, absolutely. Our starting grid for this race, Amory Cordial finding himself in 22nd place. And then it's Arvid Lindblad, of course, has the penalties coming in from last round due to what took place at the Temple of Speed at Monza. Shields finds himself in 20th position. Lawrence Van Hoopen, debut for him. He's in 19th, and then it's Miata alongside him in 18th on the grid. Roman Stanek, who rejoined the circuit in an unsafe manner yesterday, he finds himself dropping down 5 places for both races this weekend. So it'll be 17th for him on the grid. Ollie Goethe finds himself in 16th, and then it is Joshua Dirksen on the podium here 1 year ago in the sprint contest. Let's see what he does from P15. He was the winner actually here even 1 year ago as well, as he fought his way through to win that contest. And then it's Miney, finds himself in 14th on the grid next to John Bennett. Bennett, of course, the car who found himself affected when Stanek rejoined the circuit. Victor Martins finds himself in 12th, and then it is Richard Bashaw in 11th. Martins finding himself in the barrier yesterday. Bashaw a winner here 1 year ago in the feature. Crawford's in 10th, next to Leo Forner-Rowley, and then it is Minnie next to Alexander Dunn. They are 8th and 7th on the grid, and then it is Luke Browning, made his Formula 2 debut here 1 year ago. He's in 6th, and then it's Pepe Marti starting in 5th place on the grid. Martini Estenchon, a debut for him, and he is in P4. Sebastian Montoya in 3rd. He's been one of our informed drivers this season. Dino Beganovic had a spin yesterday. He's in 2nd. And it's Villa Gomez who finds himself reversed over to reverse grid pole, JB.
On they go then on the formation lap, and let's welcome into the commentary booth as well alongside Tom Cant. Tom, you were with me in the booth yesterday, and it was quite an entertaining run, wasn't it, to come into it? Just what on earth do you make of the mess that we saw from the Roman Stanek rejoin onto the circuit? Because it was completely unsafe, wasn't it?
It was quite preposterous, to be honest with you, because I know you were saying that he felt that there was enough of a gap, but clearly there wasn't, because Bennett was the one that was going at racing speed, and Stanek was the one that was coming from off the track to rejoin. So the fact that he only got 5 places for that, he can count himself lucky, because that could have been, well, that could have seen John Bennett out of the race as well, not just him.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's down to him now to make up for it in this race, as we're here from our top 3 on the grid with interviews.
Not much. I'll get through turn 1, get through turn 2, and then hopefully get a good exit at turn 2, and then we see what happens for G3. But let's start with just getting off the line, and then we focus moment by moment.
I think just get away clean in the start, have a clean start, and I think we're comfortable with the pace after that. Kind of settle into management, and then attack when we have the opportunity. So that will be, without exploiting it too much, our strategy. But yeah, I think in general we have the pace, and we can be confident with that. We just need a good start, a clean start, and then yeah, take it from there.
It's not the best track to be P1 the whole time, because the DRS effect is massive. Obviously, we're gonna try to get the best start and control it with the pace. Be smart on how we use the tires, and then we see what happens, you know.
See what happens, and yeah, around this place, I mean, that terrifies me, because anything can happen in Formula 2. We've got to keep up. Championship, Forner-Rowley, 174 points, Browning 153, Bashaw 144, Crawford 137, Dunn 124, Marty 112, Lindblad 101. They are the 7 still mathematically in the hunt for this title. Realistically, it's between the top 5, but it's just Forner-Rowley's just running away with it, isn't he?
He is, but he did mention he can't afford to get comfortable because things can go wrong in this championship, and I mean, he's found that out many times, and he's about to find that out across the final 3 rounds as well. Baku, and then Qatar. Of course, we have a bit of a break before we get to Qatar, and then Abu Dhabi to round out our Formula 2 campaign, as well as the cars are about to get themselves into place. But we have seen, even 2016 GP2, this second tier around this place is just ludicrous. No one's stalled on the formation app, luckily. Let's hope it's not the case when we actually get going, because 1 year ago we, of course, had that brutal crash off the line for our feature race, so let's hope we can avoid that as they get ready to form up on the grid.
Yeah, Tom, that's always the thing we want to try and avoid down towards turn 1. That nasty shunt we had last year was not the best, and it's such a short run down to turn 1, the second shortest on the calendar for these F2 guys.
Yeah, and well, last year's accident, in case you're wondering who JB is referring to, that was the one involving Pepe Marti, Kushmani and Ollie Goethe, which eliminated the three of them on the spot, and Pepe Marti went barrel rolling into the pit wall. Let's hope we don't get a repeat of that here. We want to see some brilliant wheel-to-wheel racing, 21 laps ahead of us. Will we possibly see pit stops? Probably if there is a safety car too towards the end.
Tension rising on the circuit. For sure comes in. So it's Villagomez on pole position. Bogdanovic in second. Montoya and Stenshaw in his first race lines up fourth. Marty, Browning, Dunn, Mini, Folleroli and Crawford. Pace car is coming into position at the back of the field. And Rebecca Lee will press the button. Eyes to the lights then in front of the government building. Green flag. Rebecca presses that button now. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.5. We're underway for the sprint race, and it's on pause getaway from Villagomez. Great start for Montoya. 3 wide down to turn 1. Locker coming in as well. Villagomez gets absolutely no room, and he gets punted round. Well, 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to happen when Villagomez on pole position. Montoya locks up, nearly goes into the back of Bogdanovic. Into turn 2 we go. Everyone's playing nicely coming through. No! Second car round, and it's all the Red Bull liveries that have got spun out of the first 2 corners. Well, Omi, if one drama isn't good enough, have 2 for the count of 1.
Yeah, it was a pinch point as they went down into turn number 2. Dunn's trying to fight up against Browning as well. That is so close.
What was he doing? Dunn was going to lose his front wing there 9 times out of 10. And now we're seeing, so it's Marty, Maney's involved, Goethe dropped down, Lindblad's dropped down, Cordial's dropped down as well. Further back in the field, no sign of the safety car. Double yellow, and safety car's out. Safety car is out. So they have deployed the safety car. We've got race control messages coming through for the first time, I've noticed on our monitors up here. Double yellow in sectors 3 and double yellow sector 2. All cars follow the safety car through the pit lane. That's our message from race control. But no, yeah, safety car is out. The safety car is out. As we've got issues on our monitor up here in the booth as well. So we haven't had it confirmed, but there we go, safety car's deployed. So, well, that's weird then, Tom, because we've got an issue with race control, because we haven't actually got information that the safety car's out, but race control said that the safety car's out. Now it's out.
Yeah, well, the cars were still going at racing speed, actually, so one of us a miscommunication or a technical glitch at their end. But it's Rafael Villagomez and Ollie Goethe who are both stopped. Yeah, you can just see the left rear of what looks like Goethe's car dislodged there. That's his race run already off the 2 corners. Rafael Villagomez really unlucky there. He got a very poor getaway, though, hence why he was swamped by the front end of the field. And he just, well, it's bound to happen on the streets of Baku, and we've just had it here with Villagomez out of the car already, and the marshals will go and retrieve that and push that away. I think it shouldn't be too badly damaged, so they might just push it away without a recovery vehicle, but Goethe's car is going to need a tractor to tow that away. So,
Omi, double yellow, sector 3. This is brand new, that we've got race control information. Are you seeing the same thing I am, Omi, or is it just me?
I am seeing a bit of the extra information, so all nice, all good. As you mentioned, cars coming through the pit lane. My word was that dramatic. We expected it to be, and it was a bit of a clutter as they got down on the brakes. It means that only Marty and many other 2 drivers have actually headed backwards here at the race start. Everyone else has gained due to that, but keeping it clean was so important, and everyone was going hell for leather at that moment as well. We've got a Trident that's also lost a bit of an end play as we go back to the race start and see Villagomez get absolutely nowhere. Bogdanovic is able to take the lead from second, and then he blocks out Montoya. We go into turn 1, 3 into 1 won't go, and they're all going to clatter into the side of Villagomez, and that was wild. All Red Bull Juniors involved on the opening lap as well.
And here's that move down to the second corner then as well, and watch who hits. Yeah, bang, Goethe hits the wall. And that is Jose Maria Martin just spinning round.
The VAR just turned in on me. The VAR just turned in on me. I'm out.
Did he though, Tom? I'm not entirely sure he did.
Well, I'm sure he did because he was the one that hit the barrel on the inside. Right on by with Alex Dunn, who has got Luke Browning to his left, and he's going to watch. That's Marty Stenshorn and Via Gomez coming out. And the second one, I think it's Arvid Lindblad who was involved, JB, at the one at turn 2, because he's also at the back of the pack. And Dunn's done very well to avoid everything that's happened so far. And here is Arvid Lindblad, who is in the pit lane. Or is that Marty? I can't remember. I think it's Marty, actually.
They're both in. There's Marty.
Yep. And looks like a problem there. I think he's got damage that's too bad to continue. Just see the front left is a little bit askew, and I think that's race over for the Spaniard.
Yep, Omi, he's out of the race, so that's 2 of the Red Bull Juniors out of the race as well. Lindblad is returned to the track, so Marty, Villagomez and Goethe, Omi's out.
Yeah, Baku's not been too kind to him. I mean, we were all discussing the incident that he was involved in. It was great to see him walk away from it 1 year ago. That was such a shame, and then once again involved this year round in 2025, a driver who's not too certain on his plans. Marty, Lindblad, Goethe, that's been noted. But yeah, Red Bull Juniors in the first part of the circuit at Baku does not usually end well. We learned that in 2018, we learned that in qualifying as well 1 year ago for F2, and we've seen it once again. All 3 involved separately in different messes as the marshals now get to work to try and get rid of that car. But Beganovic now finds himself at the front, so looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. But Sebastian Montoya in behind, we all know that Montoya can get his elbows out and go for some risks.
Yeah, Montoya now, we were literally just saying yesterday, Tom, didn't we, that he needs to get a victory at some point this season. He needs to have some traction. He's been gifted second position, but yeah, bad start coming for the Gomez. Montoya made a storming start.
He did. It was probably one of the best launches I've ever seen from Montoya in a Formula 2 car. And Stenshorn, well, he's very lucky he didn't take any damage from that because he ended up in that concertina with Marty and Via Gomez. And they're just making their way through the pit lane now. They are instructed to do that. I think Via Gomez's car is clear now. So I'm a little bit surprised they didn't just take the car through the through turn 1 as normal. But we should maybe get underway at the end of the next lap, I think, JB.
It's a bit strange that we haven't got straight back out there on the circuit, but we'll see what the difference is coming up soon. So, still the yellow flags at the first corner. Lindblad is catching the field up. I believe next time by we'll be able to come through. Unless they're bringing that course car out, because they've got a JCB out there pulling out Ollie Goethe's car. As the field continue to exit pit lane. And they all go very slow. You can see the marshals just with a hand signal telling where to go. There's the JCB on the inside of the track. So just holding position. It's 2 laps complete. This is lap 3 of 21. Beganovic leads, Montoya, Stenshorn, Browning, Dunn, Mini, Forlaroli, Crawford, Vishaw, Victor Martins, that's your top 10. Then it's Durtsken, Stanek, Bennett, Miata, Cordial, Maney, Shields, Van Hopen and Lindblad. Here's the start again, Omi.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking at it again, as Tom mentioned, Montoya just absolutely got off the line so well, and then it's going to get so close into the first turn. We mentioned 3 cars.
That's chaos.
Yeah, so he was the car on the inside line involved in that 3 wide. Was Martinia Stenshorn as well, and he was up the inside then, and then of course you're going to get the Red Bull Junior in the middle, and that's where it's all not going to work.
Sorry guys, I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, how is my timing? Wait a minute. Yeah, Stenshorn's still up there. I don't think that was Stenshorn completely at fault for that one. There goes Goethe around. He did get squeezed by the VAR. There was Kushmani.
John Bennett.
Yeah, go on. John Bennett's just off. Kushmani was just spinning around the back. Go on.
What I was going to say as well, JB, is come away from me. So the fact that Via Gomez didn't leave sufficient room on the inside. He turned in too late or too early on Marty and Via Gomez. So I wonder there may be some form of penalty for Via Gomez afterwards. It'll probably go down as a racing incident, but it wouldn't surprise me if Via Gomez takes further punishment for that, basically because of taking out Marty and what could have been Stenshorn as well.
Safety car is deployed then on lap 3 of 21. We'll complete the third lap, start lap 4, so that lap counter counts up the amount we've completed, and the timer ticks down for 45 minutes, as you can now see on the circuit. Drivers are now going to go through. It's been noted as well, safety car will now use the start-finish straight, clear and check sector 3. So I liked that finally, by the way, the FIA are testing out a new system this weekend with light panels, and that's why there's a brand new system in effect around the circuit. So if you wondered, if you saw yesterday on Friday why at the end of the Formula 1 practice and sessions that we saw a safety car, a virtual safety car and a red flag test, it's because Formula 1 are now using brand new light panels, updated technology around the circuit, and it seems to be that we've got this.
If you're leading the safety car restart, the drivers will have done their research of like where everyone started previously worked out well, what didn't work out well, but the main thing is to try and catch the rest of the drivers off guard to kind of get a few tenths up the road. But then drivers behind, they just need to be ready, especially with the long straight, to get on the power early.
Yeah, the benefit seems to be that the system's updated for F2, that we now get racing privileges. So I'll take that happily every day of the week. Safety car is coming in this lap, so we will head back to green flag running. But yeah, Omi, finally, next up, please, driver tracker.
Yeah, would be quite helpful trying to tell the story of such a chaotic
The
race.
turn 2 crash was caused by the usual people trying to go 3 wide in there. Whenever you go 3 wide, someone always ends up in the pit.
Yeah, this wasn't even available to me and Tom yesterday, by the way, this race control information. This is new to us today, but we'll take it, we like it. But yeah, so brand new systems for Formula 1 this weekend, and you'll see it in operation from now on. So that's why you can see the light panels here are slightly different to what we've had before. So that's why we had yesterday the red flag test, safety car test as well. And Singapore, also in 2 weeks' time, we'll see a similar test going into it. Lights around with the pace car, safety cars in this lap. Victor Martin, no, Jose Maria Marti has had a lap time to leave the track limits. He's cut the exit of the pit lane line. So he's got a warning from the stewards for that one. It's a long restart zone here, Omi, and this is what Bogdanovic's got to think of. He goes too early.
Absolutely. You're waiting. We've seen chaos as soon as we've got down into the braking zone of turn 1, and then you just want to try catch your rival out and hope people don't. 2018 in the back, where we had a crash on the restart around this circuit.
Here we go. Waiting. Don't hit it yet. Wait until the last possible second, because it's such a long straight. 2.7 kilometers this back straightaway towards turn number 1. Use the DRS line. Montoya's right behind him. When's Bogdanovic going to hit the pedal to go for the restart? There's the DRS line. He's still not going. The pit entry line's coming up. Is that your moment to go? He's getting too close to the line. He's going to have to hit the accelerator soon. It's too late. It's not going yet. They're in the grid hatchings now. Foot down. Away we go for the restart. And who's got the best slipstream down towards turn 1? Montoya's trying to tow with Bogdanovic. Alexander Dunn's going on the inside of Martin Stenshorn. Round the outside comes Luke Browning into turn 1. Can he keep the traction in as well? Stenshorn has put him in the wall. Browning has to come back over to defend from Alexander Dunn, and does so further back. Fowler early, battling with Crawford. All the way as well with Gabriel Mini diving through on the inside. Bennett's looking through on the inside. Contact! Kushmani's gone round. Kushmani, did he make a 360 and continue on? I can't tell. Yellow flag's out. Double yellow down there as well. I can see Miney getting going again in the background. Fowler early battling with Gabriel Mini as he comes through for Omi. It all looks okay, but double yellow sector 3 as they come down to turn 4, the first right-hander.
All looked so clean originally, and then when we got down to turn number 2, there was chaos once again as they now try and make their way through. Vishal trying to find a way through as well in the background. He's trying to get up the inside. Is he going to be able to do so? That's super brave in the background, and that's Vishal up against Crawford. Crawford trying to get to the inside. He's going to get a chance to try and take this position, but he'll definitely get so tight where someone will have to give an inch through this part of the circuit.
Green flag is now back out, Tom, as they come through the castle section for the first time at racing speeds. And everyone makes it through safely this time, but Fowler early's defended well against Mini. But this rear of the field. They're faster and they're charging through as Bogdanovic almost twitches into the wall and gets a bit of an aero blow.
Yeah, and further back, for sure, and Crawford was side by side before they got to turn 8, and for sure had to back out of it to ensure they got through safe and sound at that particular part of the course. But Bogdanovic, absolutely brilliant restart. He left it until the last moment possible. There will have been briefed as to when the leader has to start going at racing speed to avoid any safety car restart accidents before they get to the line. But it seems to me like Bogdanovic has made the perfect restart here, and he's continuing to pole clear. DRS will be enabled after the first lap of the restart, so we should start to see some overtaking or DRS wings open after turn 2.
Down the run, it's 3, it's a 1:59. Ignore that lap time for Bogdanovic, it will get faster. But here we go, Omi, as it was Kushmani who was off wide. Here's a replay of it down to turn 2.
Absolutely. Then Dun's going to try and get up the inside as well. He couldn't do so. We're going to look further back, and we're going to look for the contact to come in between mine.
Mate, you completely stopped.
No, he didn't, Kush. Go on, Omi.
Yeah, and that has given Miney some front wing damage. I want to go back to live pictures because I believe there was round 2 happening between Vashaw and Crawford, and Crawford's won that battle out. So Crawford staying just ahead for the moment. So great fighting. Ever since we've had that safety car restart, they've been going at it, and now we're going to get some DRS into play. Critically, Dino Bogdanovic, race leader, has got a 1.4 second advantage. Exactly what you need around this circuit.
Yep, because the tow here is critical as we get the front wing now replaced on Kushmani's car. His weekend going from bad to worse as well. And I'm sorry, Kush, but that move was not on at all. He dive bombed the inside there. And Tom, personally, I don't think Cordial did stop. He just turned around the corner.
Yeah, well, Cordial had the right to turn in the way he did. I think Minor just didn't really consider his manoeuvre properly there, and it's backfired, and that's the cruel nature of Baku. If you make one slip up like that, then your race is effectively finished unless you get a safety car to rescue your event. But there is the other Alpine car of Gabriele Mini, who is stuck behind Leo Fornaroli. He will feel that in this sprint race, with there being less points available, he can afford to play a little bit more sensibly, considering that his nearest rival for the title, Luke Browning, is running in 4th position. And you just see Mini, who's going to make his way through past Fornaroli, who does not have the privilege of DRS, as Mini breezes by the Invicta.
Down to turn 1 as well. He's got that move done very simply. So now we'll look at Montoya under pressure from Martinez Stenshall. He had to defend it too, but now Stenshall's going to have the DRS. Montoya's a sitting duck down towards turn 4 because Browning's there too.
Absolutely. We've got the rookie driver in his first ever race, immediately trying to make his mark in the championship. Can he get through into turn 3?
And super late on the brakes, super hard on the aggression, and he's through. Can Browning swing round the outside, coming into turn 4? Montoya puts the car in the centre, and Martinez Stenshall, he's done a fantastic manoeuvre. He's up into 2nd position, and can he now set after Dino Bogdanovic and win his first F2 race as he's come in mid-season? Fantastic running from Stenshall, fabulous run. I can't believe that move at 4, really can't. And Tom, now Montoya's got the DRS next time by. Stenshall's already pulled that gap into Bogdanovic by half a second.
Yeah, and needs to try and bridge out a second on Montoya between now and the DRS detection point, which is not going to be easy for him to do. It is a long straight after all, around this Baku City circuit. But Bogdanovic has already opened up a margin of more than 3 seconds. I wonder if Montoya made a mistake when he was fighting with Stenshall at turns 1 and 2, because he was 1.9 ahead, behind Bogdanovic at the beginning of this lap, and now is over 4 seconds off him. Now he's behind Stenshall. So I think Montoya is beginning to struggle on his size compared to Stenshall and Bogdanovic.
Yeah, look at the gap that Stenshall's already pushed away. He's 8 tenths ahead of Montoya as they approach the back stretch. And now it's going to be Browning and Dunn's turn. Bringing in as well Gabriele Mini, and Montoya's having to go defensive as well down the back stretch. 3.1 the gap now, so Stenshall's closing back in. Here comes Gabriele Mini on Alexander Dunn at the same time. Crawford's attacking Fornaroli on the inside line down to turn 1, and he's breezed through into 7th position. So the pole sitter for the feature race already making moves. And Montoya, he was able to stay off with the DRS there, Romy, but now down to 3. This is a different run because you're not at the top acceleration speed when you get the DRS, so it's more of an overtaking opportunity down to 3. And Stenchell's again having to go defensive. Here's Mini.
Much quicker than them. Go for it if you can.
Yeah, go on, Emi.
Yeah, Mini needs that bit of encouragement. He's got Alex Dunn ahead. You've got to try and be careful as you try and make this move. These two drivers have had contact already at a few points this season. We'll be looking to try and avoid that now. But Mini looking like a driver in form when it comes to this race on lap number 8 out of 21. The question then becomes, where can he try overtake? Of course, his rival does have DRS, but can you just get close enough to get in the slipstream, get that stronger bit of toe, and then fight your way through? Risk versus reward. This now gets Stenchon.
Stanley, what's he done? What's he done? He's letting half the field go through. He's like he's got no drive. Is it a puncture in the rear? I can see something flapping around there. I think so. He's just lost complete drive. Oh, the best start has gone horribly wrong for Martinez Stenchel. He just completely drops down the field. Montoya goes back to second place, but if he stops on the track, is this going to cause another safety car as they come through? He just stopped, Tom. Yellow flag's out.
Yeah, I think he stops, JB, and if he stops, it will have to be a safety car because they'll need a recovery vehicle to push that way because there's no gap really behind the barrier. The nearest one that he stopped to, or the nearest one they could push him back to, is going to be at turn 12, and there'll be cars coming through next time by, so they'll probably have to deploy the safety car to get that pushed away. And unless he can get that back to the pit lane, he's got a long way to go still, to be honest with you. But that allows Montoya back into... Yeah, well, this is for sure behind Fornaroli now in the battle for 7th place. Martin is in 9th and Dirksen in 10th position. Arvid Lindblad with a new fast stop of the race. He's actually recovered well as Lindblad after being at the back. He's up into 12th place.
Double yellows out. Sector 16, yellow sector 15. So I wonder if that is going to be that safety car that we were talking about. But oh yeah, he's out of the car. It'd have to be safety car now, Romy.
Yeah, what disappointment for the McLaren Junior, doing such a great job. And his first experience of Formula 2, blend, stationary, and a chance of a podium. Fading away and completely any chance of that gone now, and that's such a shame for him with the yellow flags out and surely the safety car that will need to be coming as well very, very soon as the cars are about to attack and make their way through to that part of the circuit.
VSC.
Safety car.
So the VSC gets put out now, out there on the monitor. That's an interesting decision. So we'll cut it down now and wait to see what happens. The virtual safety car ticks us down here. Yellow flag's still out in sectors 15 and 16 from race control. There it is. Is that an engine blowout? Because look, can you see the steam rising from it?
Yeah, I don't know if that's brakes or whether that's an engine fire brewing there for in Stenchon's car. Yeah, need to get a better look at that.
I can't tell if it's coming from the airbox or not. Still, they're going to have to put the safety car out because that's downhill. You're not going to get anything down up that hill or down that hill. The next exit point is further on down. So this sounds to me like it's a virtual safety car before they can deploy the actual safety car on the circuit. It's still virtual.
Interesting.
Go on, Emmy.
Interesting stuff then.
Oh, why are they
virtual as you mentioned, but don't understand why they're just not deploying the safety car as well. Not very effective to make them all run around. There's a run around like this anyway. They could just bunch it up with a safety car at the same time as we're about to get to half race distance as well. So yeah, disappointment for Stenchel, but I think he's made his mark. That's the most important thing today. A chance of a good seat for him is absolutely available to him as well for next season. Unfortunately, not a good first experience of Formula 2 for him.
Engine. Yeah, let's take a look at it on board. This was that move he made, Omi, on Toya.
Wow. Just finds the gap, sends it, deals with it in the braking zone, and he was squeezed right to the brink. It is, of course, very dirty, very dusty down there, and he's just able to get that one slowed down. brilliantly, outbrakes Montoya. Not even an issue, not even deep, not even wide, and then, just goes. No speed on the exit, heading towards the castle section, and everyone goes through, and then we see Crawford momentarily getting backed up to that part of the circuit, but, you have to feel for him.
I mean, by the way, safety car. So the full safety car is now out on the circuit. That was expected. Van Hopen, Miata and Lindblad were noted for causing a collision, and all the other incidents at the opening lap, by the way, have now been said that they will be they'll be investigated after the race as heads up. There you go. So yeah, Tom, that should have been a safety car from the beginning, but that is a good thing in one way that Stenshaw didn't hit the wall, and it was just an issue with the car, which again, that's the question Mechachromed.
Yeah, well, I was actually surprised he was able to get through the castle section the way he did, because it did look like he lost drive, and he had the whole field virtually bunched up behind him. So the fact he was able to get through that the way he did is quite a miracle.
Yeah, that could have been a pile-up again like we've had. Only ever time we've had a pile-up in the castle section, by the way, was in Formula 2, when the track got blocked. So...
2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just trying to think if it was definitely 2017, it was a year later that we came here, and it all blocked up. It's going to happen eventually. Of course, if a car goes there, it's an immediate red flag, so they can't get away with it. Even in the race in Formula 1, if a one car goes in, it would have to be a red flag, because there's nothing you can do. Pace car comes out. Look at the flags though, and how hard it is to wave them. What Marshall not even bothering, letting the wind do it for him. It's just completely mind-boggling here. There's the brand new Aston Martin Vantage S safety cars. As we're under the pace car on lap 11 of 21. We're past halfway.
That's interesting F2 sprint as of yet. Alex Dunn, who started in 7th, finding himself now running in 4th position as well. So he'll try and improve from this point onwards. He'll try and bring things forward. We'll see how Alex Dunn is going to be able to do on the restart. Another restart coming up for the field. Let's see whether they can all just keep it clean and behave themselves this time by. But Beganovic, you have to feel for him, because he had the gap. Now it's going to be brought down to nothing. Now he's going to have Montoya straight back on him. And let's see whether he'll be able to get the gap over 1 second on the first lap. Because that's what you need. That's the important thing, ideally, to try and save yourself around this Baku City circuit.
So it is confirmed to be after the session that we'll have the information from race control to come through. Just trying to see if I can make that a bit bigger for people watching at home, but it's a bit tricky, but we are working on it as the safety car continues to go out on the circuit. Not disappointing, Omi, but it's not the nicest way for the race to go, is it, at the moment?
Yeah, especially for the drivers, especially if you are at the front and you have the momentum. If you're Montoya, you've kind of been given a second chance to fight for this. You lost the 1 second gap, you faded away as well. As we're going to get an interview coming our way.
No, we're not. TV pictures have gone off. That's
the timing of that. My word. Okay, well, I guess in that case, we are going to find ourselves with a restart coming, and Beganovic and Montoya, I guess them two leaving the line will be interesting to see. It looks like we've got our pictures back now.
It'll go off in a second. Just give it 30 seconds. It does that as we try and work out. Recovery vehicle on track, by the way, at turn 16. Let's hear quickly then. Well, Luke Brown's going to go off here now, so we'll ignore Luke. Sorry, Luke. We'll try and hear that later to come through, actually, to come into it. But yeah, safety car's still out of the circuit. Recovery vehicle turn 16.
Absolutely. As this Baku weekend continues.
I've got light drizzles on my visor. Have you got anything in the pit lane? No, it's okay. It's okay in the pit lane so far. Keep you updated.
Surely it's not raining, that'd be bizarre.
Well, we had 0% chance, but I've just seen some clouds. I've just seen some drizzle come in. He's not lying. I think there is something going on. It doesn't look normal. It doesn't look Baku-y. Yeah, something is going on down there. Something is going on. I have a feeling this time around it's not sweat or anything. It is actually true.
Oh my, it's all we need, isn't it, Tom? The weather gods to play a cruel joke on us right here, right now.
Yeah, well, there's no rain expected in the next 15 minutes according to the radar, so don't get your hopes up if there's going to be any rain. The chances are there probably won't be any.
Thank God for that. That's the last thing we ever want to know in this championship is more things of rain coming through at the moment. Still, the session underway as we wait to see what is going on. The safety car is circulating out on the circuit now behind us. We are on lap 12 of 21. Still in the conditions that we're not sure what's going to happen next. Hey, let's hear it from Browning.
The white line starts still sitting already.
Copy. Thank you. Good info. Yeah, just use this as a sighter.
So that would...
Yeah. Good stuff, Omi, really. Use it as a sighter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As they continue to make their way through Limblad.
Track's wet. It's raining. It's raining. It's raining.
Raining.
Sorry, it is actually raining. The track has now been declared wet from race control. It is raining here in Azerbaijan. It has come out of absolutely nowhere. And now, are we going to have to come in for wet tyres? Well, this is ludicrous.
There's not enough rain, Josh, to think that wet tyres are what going to be needed. I mean, you can see on the camera lens, but there's no way they're going to be putting wets on because it's just too dry to put them on. But they're going to have to be really sensible here because if one driver goes into the barrier, we could end up seeing a plethora of drivers doing the same, especially when you've got all the white paints and even the green paint of the cycle lanes that they put in here in Baku.
Safety car is in this time by. Safety car is in. So this is really cat pigeon meat. What is going to happen next? Green flag's coming, Omi. It's time to get going again here in Baku.
Absolutely. We've had chaos here on restarts in the dry. Bit of rain thrown in there. This could be wild as Biganovic is waiting again.
Safety car is in. It's damp underfoot. Slick tyres to come into it. Are you ready for the go point? Bogdanovic versus Montoya. Browning and Dunn in there too. Up to the line. DRS zone's gone. There's the pit lane line. Is he going to go now? 3? Yes. No? Yes. A lot of rear wheel spin. Montoya didn't seem to get the traction. His dad obviously hasn't taught him about how to do restarts just yet. Down into turn 1. A lot of lockups coming into it. We've got the wrong camera angle here. Need to see more above angle shots. Dunn's trying to go on the inside line of Luke Browning. Browning goes defensive. Mini switching around the outside. Coming back through on the inside will come Crawford. And everyone just making it through okay. Look at this now. Coming in from Joshua Durton, trying to look out alongside Victor Martins. Down towards turn number 3. On the brakes. Dunn's going to go through the inside line. He gets ahead of Browning. Crawford's trying to go through on Gabriel Mini's got the inside line for turn 4. Last of the lane breakers, but here's where the rain is coming, and there are a few lockups, Omi.
Yep, absolutely. They did survive this time by Dunn went aggressive. Dunn gets his reward. Meanwhile, Mini is still fighting with Crawford around the outside. That won't work. Crawford has to back out of it. Mini with the advantage as the raindrops continue to fall on our camera lens down there as we make our way down to this single file part of the circuit now, where even if you are close to a move, you have to back out. You have to be careful as we go through the castle section.
Yep. This is where it's also raining, Tom, so they've got to be very careful underfoot. Track surface slippery, sector 16, and that's the acceleration downhill where we've already seen the wind to catch people out.
Yeah, but it feels like the rain, I think it's more or less stopped, but the field are coping with the conditions absolutely fine. As we see them head towards turn 15 again, will they get through safe around this part of the course? We'll see. You can just see Dirksen thinking about it. Yeah, you can just see the red and yellow striped flags there indicating the slippery round there. And, well, Bogdanovic has done well to pull out the gap on Montoya already. Is he on his way to a win in Formula 2? Montoya in second place, and it's Dunn who's come through the field very, very nicely. A brilliant overtake on Luke Browning to get through up there. But now we're just looking to see when the DRS does open, whether we'll get some overtaking happening in these final 8 laps.
Yeah, what do you think, Omi? This is going to be a bit on the nose, isn't it?
Will be indeed.
Rain raindrops.
Once again into the first turn, and yeah, raindrops still coming down as well out of so many different parts of our the circuit. Through turn number 2 we go with some of our contenders at the back of the field as they try to see whether there's any opportunities to try and make some overtakes, to try and gain some positions as well, and to try and get some extra gains before it gets tricky, before we get the DRS train that begins to come in.
DRS only now just enabled after they've got past this section of the circuit, so they didn't want to throw the DRS activated before everyone got through, so that's going to be interesting. It'll now be in zone 2 only. Race control a little late there in deploying that. There it is on your monitors now. You saw it on the race control information we've got up here in the commentary box, but meantime, the racing action continues on. There's only 10 minutes left on the clock. We're on lap 14 of 21, and it's a 2-minute lap time, plus 1 lap, of course. So it's effectively put 12 minutes on the clock to do another third of the race. Montoya has been noted for a safety car infringement. So speeding, I would assume. So that's not going to be great news. Usually that's a slam dunk. So that puts Dirtskin in a great... Sorry, that puts Dunn in a great position in third. I'm not used to seeing Alexander Dunn this high up on me after the miserable couple of races he's had last few events.
Well, he's trying to return back to form in the championship. He's trying to continue everything that he's managed so far at the moment. Browning in 4th, Mini in 5th. For how much longer will that be the case, though? Personal best being set by the drivers as they come across the line. And at the moment, of course, Browning getting that DRS still from Dunn, and a bit of a lock-up into the fast turn as well as they got it slowed down.
That was from
and
Dunn.
Here we go. Browning's got through on Dunn.
Yeah, Dunn locked up. That's who it was. You see the front right tyre with the lock-up, and now through goes Browning into 3rd position. Montoya's going to be investigated after the race for that infringement, but look at Gabriel Mini now, Tom. He's on the slipstream, pulls to the inside line. Dunn goes defensive, but how long can he hold off with that very, very big flat spot that's visible to me?
Yeah, well, he's going to struggle with that now is Alex Dunn. We're going to see how he's managed to lock up. So he's got no one directly in front of him. So he's going to lock up the front left on the entry there. Completely misses the apex, has to take to the runoff area. Yeah, I don't think that that front left is going to last as long. Because if he locks that up again, that could cause all sorts of problems for him.
It almost looks like he's got down to the carcass over me, doesn't it, already? So you can see a big yellow line on the tyre as they come through the castle section once more. Alexander Dunn's got ahead of Stanak, as he's back up into 10th position right now. Let's do a quick through the order. Bogdanovic leading, Montoya, Browning, Dunn, Mini, Crawford, follow early for sure. Martins, Dirtskin the top 10, Stanak, Lindblad, Miata. Then we get in there further back with John Bennett in what now is 14th place. I thought he moved up to 12th for a second, but then it's Cordial, Van Hopen, and then Clanton Shield. Someone brushed the barrier at the exit there. Was that Dirtskin? I think it was. You brushed the wall at the exit. Out of the race is Stenshaw, Nady, Marty, Villa Gomez and Goethe. So Omi, it's 2.6 at the front. Bogdanovic has got the advantage.
Yes, he's been so well with controlling things, and he's just set a fastest lap of the race that time by a 1 minute 56.561. All is well for him, all is not well for Alex Dunn, because he's got Gabriele Mini closing in with every meter we make our way towards turn 1. Dunn will defend, Mini will attack, JB.
And he's going round the outside, takes 4th position, and Dunn's just been noted, as well as Browning, for rejoining unsafely at turn 1, but Dunn never went off the circuit, so how on earth is that an unsafe manner? That is really confusing, Tom, from race control, because Dunn never went off the circuit, and it wasn't in an unsafe manner, and no further investigation has already flashed up on the monitor. So the stewards, clearly in La-La land.
I couldn't agree more. I don't know what Dunn was supposed to do in that situation. Looking at Browning, I think he was the one that brushed the barrier. Or is this Martinez? So this is Martin who brushed the barrier. He's actually, the right rear hits in the side. So he's going to hit that side on. Oh, that was more than side on, actually. That's why Dirksen had to go a little bit evasive to ensure he didn't run into him. But either way, they are coping. Go on.
Dunn's lap time's been deleted for track limits in turn 1, lap 15, so the previous lap. But he never went off the circuit.
He did. He went over the white line, JB. If you saw on the onboard, he actually went completely off the white line. That's why they deleted it.
I want another look at that. I want another replay of that from the air as well. We'll have a look at that shortly. This is why I wish JT was here, because he'd be able to throw up a replay for us across the order on the monitor. A bit more rain at the back of the circuit down at sea level. And so they fly in. Lap 16 at 21. Gannon machine by 3.6 seconds. We're watching Fowler early try and catch up to Crawford for 6th position. They're in a massive train at the moment. Montoya's front left isn't looking so good. Neither is Crawford, but Duns is looking absolutely worse than all of them. He's got the DRS on Gabriel Mini to have a go down towards turn 1. Can't go defensive there, unfortunately. But yeah, I think, Omi, that this race now looks a bit set in for the race victory, and it's now going to be everybody else battling for the final few points playing positions.
Yeah, absolutely. It does definitely look like we are heading in that direction as well in this Formula 2 sprint at the moment. So it is just trying to hold on. Crawford's in there as well, but if you can just stay inside the 1 second, turn off Mini, then it's going to be helping him get round this circuit and eliminate chances for those in behind to try and find their way through. Top 8 score, of course, in a Formula 2 sprint race. But Surefire right now is getting that last point paying position in 8th, so he's done well today. Lindblad, by the way, his progress, he improved majorly. He's still running in 12th though at the moment, so Lindblad's still in 12th, as it looks like we're going to be going to time as well. That's what's just come up on our timing board as well.
Yeah, not really surprised with that, so we'll turn off the lap counter and stay to time with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, so it'll be plus 1 lap for the sprint race here today. And oh, hang on, it's gone back to laps only.
They've changed his mind.
They've changed their mind. We'll turn ours back on then. Make your mind up.
I guess there's a chance.
I've never seen that before. Ideally though, I'd quite like that, if they could flash it up at some point during the race to remind us how much time's left. Go on, Tom.
Well, I'm just working out how many laps we're going to have left with the time that we've got. I mean, I want to see the time again if possible, but if they've got over the line,
3:50.
it's going to be touch and go.
Yeah. Here comes, it is plus 1 lap, whatever it is, remember as well. So here comes Browning, such as momentum on Montoya, dives to the inside line, and he's through into 2nd position. Mini holding off Alexander Dan. Breaking news, by the way, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix will stay on the Formula 1 calendar until 2030. So that's thumbs up from me as well from that one. Montoya back on the DRS, trying to get back ahead of Browning. Not going to work down to 3. But yeah, Omi, another 5 years of this. That's brilliant. Oh, Dan's on the inside line, and he jumps ahead of Mini. Super duper.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. With that 50-piece tyre as well, that's even more impressive. Come on, Alex. Yeah, Omi, what do you think?
Well, that was great. That was great. Now let's see whether we can control things or try control things all the way till the end. There's Van Hoopen in the pit lane. I mean, not going Trident's way, not going the rookie driver's way one bit, I think it's fair to say.
18 down are out of the race, by the way, so 17 left in the field. That's how crazy the sprint race has been. Feature tomorrow is going to be 29 laps and even more chaotic with a full hour on the clock. Now, we've got 2:25 left, 19, 20. I don't think we're going to get that plus 1. I don't think we are, because 2-minute lap time, lap 19, plus 1 at 20. No, I think we'll only go to lap 20. I think this will have to go to time. And of course, we're inside an hour now of Q1. Mental states right now, Omi, as they come down with more DRS straights. But Bogdanovic pulling out 5 seconds, and he's doing fastest lap after fastest lap, 1:56.561 now.
Watch Jack, he's the one to watch. Pole sitter for tomorrow. Driver on the attack today. And driver trying to get past Mini. Mini squeezing him.
Look at the brakes into 1, and he's through, but is Mini going to get the undercut? No. So Mini's tyres, I feel, are dying off now. And Crawford has saved it to perfection on the soft compound tyre. And hang on a minute, that's Montoya! Montoya's slowing! And it's another issue with an F2 engine in Baku! Montoya slowing, and he loses out on second position. Browning goes second, Dunn goes third, Crawford fourth, and Montoya is hemorrhaging down the field. It's happened again, Tom.
The bad luck continues to go on for Sebastian Montoya, and I have to say, there's every reason to feel dejected by that. There's still drops of rain over the pit wall, but yeah, that is curtains for this race for the man. And we are seeing Crawford, who's in fourth position now, Browning second, Dunn third. Yeah, so no major ones really, apart from maybe Beganovic getting the victory. Having said that, do you think they may tell him to allow Luke Browning through for the sake of the championship?
Double yellow now, sector 10, so if Montoya stopped, it could be a safety car. It's gone green again, but yeah, I think... I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd keep it as it is, because this has been Beganovic's race completely. If they let Brown, if Heighton turn, then it's a mockery, in my opinion. I think we should let it go as it is. 5 seconds is a lot to pull off, especially... Well, hang on, how are we going to tick over to lap 20 in time? That's it, time's up. Oh, and he just crossed the line. So this should be now the last lap of the event. The time ticked out before we started lap 20. So the checkered flag should be out. Well, I'm trying to work it out. Time to tell us that's 19 plus 1. That's this one. So the checker flag could be out this time by, as that's Forlaroli getting passed up the inside as well. Sorry, that's Stanak getting passed by Lindblad.
I think, to be fair, Josh, I think because we're watching it on a satellite, it's always going to be something like 7 or 8 seconds behind what is actually happening on circuit. So that explains why.
Let's have a look at Montoya. And there's the bang goes to Omi as well.
Yeah, such a shame for him, seeing the chance fade away. He frame a man, and he'll try fight back. But there will be conversations and there will be discussions 100% to come as well after this, as the field continues to make their way through.
Yeah, about that. My time is synced, so to come through. Beganovic then leading as well. Still no sign if this is the last lap or not. I presume he did cross the line, by the way. The timer ticked to 0, and then 2 seconds later, Beganovic crossed the line to start lap 20. Now, if the rules are being followed, that means that the last lap before the lap time ticked down was lap 19. It's plus 1, which would be this time by. So the checkered flag might be out now. Just be prepared, unless they've decided they want to run it to the full distance because they've got the time. We'll see, but the checkered flag should be out this time by. As there's Browning from Dunn and Crawford, Mini, Forlaroli for sure, Victor Martin, Stursky and Lindblad. But let's just see if that flag's out. It is not. So this is now the last lap. We will go to full distance. And there's a bottle, there's a can of Red Bull flying on the circuit. It's going to get whacked up and thrown up by Crawford.
Oh, no.
And through goes back on the inside line as well. This is now the final lap. They've confirmed from race control. As we're watching the battle between Mini and Forlaroli. Mini's dived up the inside for 5th place, and Forlaroli's trying to look all over him, Omi, but I'm wondering if he's got the tyres to get back underneath.
Let's see, tucks in the slipstream, gets closer and closer. 2 Italian drivers about to go wheel to wheel. 2 contenders for the F3 title 1 year ago, and Forlaroli should be able to get through, but Mini's going to fight it.
That's so cool. Oh, he touched the wall. Forlaroli hits the wall in the rear. That's going to be very detrimental, coming down to 4, and he's losing out the rear suspension as well. Down into the braking zone. Forlaroli goes defensive again. Yellow flag's out. Don't know where. Hasn't told us. Just DRS disabled. So it's somewhere on the back straight, I presume. Yeah, DRS disabled. Don't know who.
Cordial has stopped.
Oh.
Cordial has stopped, JB.
So Emil Cordial has stopped on the circuit. That's probably exit 2 through the castle section. Forlaroli looking what he's got right now. Yeah, double yellow sector 5. So it's exit of the last few corners, and we've got green again. So I think he's deemed in a safe enough position. But Omi, this battle for Fallerone is critical because he needs as much points as he can for his championship lead.
Yep, we have seen drag races to the line before in Formula 2 for positions with the DRS, so let's see whether anyone can do it. There won't be a drag race to the line for first, I'm sure of that, because JB, it's 6.1 seconds.
It has not even been a domination, it's been an annihilation for Dino Beganovic. What a fantastic drive! 2 safety cars, mastered the restart, the checker flag falls, and nobody deserves it more than Dino Beganovic, who wins the sprint race here in Baku. Browning will finish in second, Alexander Dunn holds off Crawford, and it's side by side of the line as Crossit for sure gets Mini for 6th, as Forlaroli finishes in 5th, Martin's 8th, and the last points paying position. Brilliant at the line for Vishor to try and claw back from 3rd in the championship, but it is race victory for the Ferrari Driver Academy of Dino Beganovic, and this was Forlaroli Omi touching that wall at the exit of 4.
Absolutely, we'll send it down the outside into the braking zone. We'll try and turn in, of course, leaving the room on the inside. Then when he gets all out of shape, it's into the wall for momentarily. But yes, that was so close as they made their way through. And Gabriele Mini, well, he gained a podium by finishing 200s ahead 1 year ago across the line. This time he's lost a place by a few hundredths. And he's just finished out of Victor Martins. But Vishor got him right to the line, and there we go. Superb stuff. That's what happens around this circuit. 1 year, you get the reward, you gain a place, and then the other year, you're the one who's actually being overtaken when you cut the beam and the checkered flag falls.
I'd love to know the race director's decision to let this one go to full distance and not respect the time. That's going to be interesting. To come into it, let's hear from Dino.
Yes, first off, very good way. Impressive. Very good job. Very good job. Oh, yes, guys. Wow! Oh, that feels good. Yeah. What a good job.
A mighty good performance there, Tom. What did you make of it?
Oh, that was a great drive. A super drive from Beganovic's first win in Formula 2 as well. For the Swede, Luke Browning.
Job. That's how you drive a sprint race. Maximise the pace in the laps we do. Well done. That was well managed, guys. Well managed. Good job. 1-2. I think possibly the first one for the team. But, yeah. Mega. Thank you very much. Yeah, really appreciate that.
Yeah, go on, Tom.
Well, he's got the gap down by 4 points. So what was a 21-point gap now down to 17 between him and Fornaroli. So he'll be chuffed with that. Will Luke? But for sure continues to lose ground in the title race, as does Jack Crawford, who will be aiming to make a big jump tomorrow. Alex Dunn on the podium again. No points it was at Monza.
No, you did that. I assume you had a massive flat spot.
I am so bad, man. No, you're definitely not. I don't know what I was doing. I just smashed the brake for no reason.
Oh, that was the break he was on about. Okay, well, I don't know if Sky are going to show the podium or not, and I need to do my little trick, so I'm going to let... Yeah, they're going to go off air now, so I need to do my little trick, which means we've got to say goodbye to Omi and Tom on audio. So, Omi, final thoughts from you?
Fantastic FT sprint. Looking forward to the feature tomorrow.
Tom?
I think we're going to be in for a cracking feature race with a lot of unpredictability in the air. Let's hope we get an absolutely thrilling race that could play its toll on the championship battle.
Cheers, boys. I'll see you soon. I've got to disconnect, so we'll see you soon. And we will now get ready to play in the factor, because we do have that ability to keep it going with the F2 broadcast as well, thanks to the ability to go elsewhere and listen in to our trackside stuff, which is going to take a second, so you might hear me ramble, but do stay with us, as we have got news that it has been extended, of course, coming through for all of the action with Azerbaijan until 2030 now in the championship, which I find very, very exciting news indeed, as the situation continues on. We've got the sprint race coming up, so I believe we should be able to cross over and say hello to all the action and listen in to what the boys have got to say as well from F2. Still just trying to get it working, because it's not working at the moment on this other system. Oh, how it always tries to work. to keep in at the moment. Fortunately, we can't plug in the other systems because that has gone the way of the dinosaurs as we are doing other things. So we'll try and get our systems operational. Bogdanovic, though, a victory, which is going to make him feel a billion times better. As Tom mentioned, his first one in Formula 2. Always a special occasion when you have to feel that way. And we've now got that ability to now watch the streams. So if we can, I'd like to hear what the drivers have got to say. He asked the Daleks. Nope, we haven't got it. Oh, well, that's a shame. But I just can't bring in the podium. What a fantastic event, though. Dino Bogdanovic is victorious. We'll be back for the F1 qualifying. That's live on JBMotorsports 2. And for the feature race tomorrow on JB2 as well. Bye-bye.